Hello, my name's Ellese Elliott and this is Unit 2 of how to make a fire, and I just want to mention the triangle of fire, which is the three things you need to create fire. And first off, and most importantly, is fuel. So when you're selecting your fuel for your fire, you want to eliminate any woods that are either protected woods, woods that have creatures in it. Those are usually damp woods, are not good for your fire anyway. Treated woods, which you might find have been dumped or in the street or in the wood. You might think, oh, I could recycle that, but actually those woods are usually treated with chemicals, and when those chemicals are released when the fire is lit, and then they can get into your lungs and be an irritant and possibly poisonous. Also, there's certain woods you want to avoid, like ivy, because that is likely to create a reaction in certain people where the person can become itchy and irritated and have some kind of allergic reaction. So the fuel you want to go for is dry. If it cracks, usually is the rule, then it's good. And we did a video where we selected wood that had been air dried. So that's wood that's fallen from the tree but hasn't hit the ground and it's got caught in its branches. So that way you're not damaging the tree, you're not damaging the habitat below, and the wood's perfectly been dried out, obviously, unless it's been a recent fall. The next thing you want to consider is your heat. Today we're going to be using a dragon's sneeze or fire flash. So I purchased one of these from somebody who's very helpful, called Tom Gerard, and he's got his own forest school shop, and we used the striker against the fire flash to create the dragon sneeze. We'll go on to that a bit more in a little while. Obviously other people might use up more available items like lighters or matches, but we find this is a really reliable tool. It doesn't run out, and if it gets wet you can just give it a wipe, so it's very good in the wild. The last thing you want for your fire is air, oxygen. A way we can create oxygen when making a fire is to blow the fire, or take a piece of material and just fan the fire. That's the word I'm looking for. Also, where you're creating your fire, you can put branches like I've done here. This is what I made earlier. So those are like some nice bits of dried out wood that I found. I think they might be poplar. Poplar, you can burn poplar, but it's called, I think, what is it? Gopher wood, which means that it burns usually quite quickly, which isn't ideal because obviously it consumes more resources from the natural habitat, and you have to use more energy. So if you're in a survival situation, you wouldn't really want to go for woods. But if it's available, that tree in particular had been cut down, so I'm just making the most of that wood there, just because as well I want to be mindful of the other woods in that forest and not use things that don't necessarily need to be used. So fuel, heat and air, those are the three ingredients you need to get your fire going. So the other thing that I forgot to mention is one of the benefits of using wood branches at the base of your fire is not only that it helps to air to circulate into the middle of the fire, it also acts as a fuel. So you're striking off two things there from the fire triangle: fuel and air, because obviously once that wood starts to heat up, it will burn and add fuel to the fire. Okay, so I hope that's all clear for you, and let's get on to demonstrating how we use our dragon sneeze, I do prefer that name, to light a fire, and how to manage a fire for at least 10 minutes. Let's go.